Matt Lippman and Gina Loudon are with us, staying with us, so thank you for that, guys. Matt, you mentioned the whole Russia investigation, and Gina, to you, administration sources are telling us that many within the Trump administration are very frustrated because they can't convince the president to take the threat posed by Russia and continues to be posed by Russia as serious. So why, Gina, won't the president do anything, and why won't he take this seriously about Russian hacking?
Well, it isn't this president that didn't take all foreign hackers seriously. It was our last president that apparently knew about this and for political reasons didn't choose to address it. On the contrary, though, don't forget, John, that I believe it was just this week or last week, this president assembled even some of his own political enemies within the tech industry to address the hacking problems. That proves that this president is not only committed to meeting this problem head on of any sort of foreign interference in any of our elections, which, by the way, have never resulted in any vote changes, as you know. But it proves also that he's even willing to work with those who may not have been allies in the past. So this is a sort of diplomacy as well out of this president. And I think it's very encouraging to those of us who want to know that we are free from foreign hackers of any sort in any of our sort of systems.
We want to go now to, the former U.S. ambassador to NATO, John Burns. He made some startling remarks in front of the Senate committee. What was really interesting, too, is that he pulled no punches for either president, former president or current. Take a listen.
It is his duty, President Trump's, to be skeptical of Russia. It's his duty to investigate and defend our country against a cyber offensive because Russia is our most dangerous adversary in the world today. And if he continues to refuse to act, it's a dereliction of the basic duty to defend the country. And Russia's going to do this again.
You know, Matthew, this is the point here. Russia is going to do this again. And many people have been saying that they want to see that they're not happy with President Obama, as he had said prior in that testimony. But also, as we've been hearing, that even people within the Trump administration are saying, look, he needs to take this seriously and he needs to do more. What is going to move the needle there in terms of actually getting people to make sure that the next hack won't be more insidious?
Yeah, it's very strange. Also, remember when Trump came in, he said that within 90 days he'd have this big cybersecurity plan. That was by April, and it never happened. But also, there's the fact that Trump won't admit that Russia did all the stuff that they did with our electoral process last year. While everybody else is talking about it, Trump, for some reason, won't admit it. And he wants less sanctions on Russia, not more. So in terms of convincing Trump, you can't convince Trump what to do to be strong against Russia. It's just not going to happen because he takes it as an ego thing that you're telling him that he won the election and that election was tainted. So he won't do that with Russia for that reason. Now, the rest of us, everybody else in the country knows that Russia not only attacked the United States, but it's tried this in France and other places around the world. It's only going to get worse. I think the frustration in the administration and with Congress with Trump on this is really starting to boil over now. And I think that we're going to see more of that in the coming days. Congress is really furious that the administration wants less sanctions on Russia, while I think Congress voted 98-2 for tougher sanctions.
Okay, let's just finish up here very quickly, because just when you thought the Republican draft plan for health care was dead, the president says not so fast.
Health care is working along very well. We could have a big surprise with a great health care package. So now they're happy.
What do you mean by big surprise, sir?
I think you're going to have a great surprise. It's going to be great.
Gina, what's that surprise? Universal health care for everybody?
I kind of doubt that, John. You know, it's a shame that some out there are distracted with something that the American people, according to the new Harvard poll, don't even think is a safe thing to be talking about, and that is the whole Russia conspiracy theory. 73% of Americans polled in that new survey, I believe it came out yesterday, the Harvard-Harris poll, said that they think it's damaging and distracting from other issues like health care and other things that this administration is dedicated to. But not only that, to me, it's sad that the Democrats have demonstrated that they're going to continue to be solely obstructionist to this administration and the agenda that the American people elected this administration to pursue. You know, if the Democrats were to come to the table, for example, the president would be having meetings with them about what elements perhaps of this bill that they would like to include. But instead, my prediction is
get in here,
more
we can tell from your expression you want to.
I can't even listen. This is a crazy answer. I'm sorry, Gina, but the Republicans did this behind closed doors with just Republicans. Trump hasn't made a call to a Democrat to ask them to support this. This is the way the Republicans chose to do it. When you say that Trump, when you say that Trump was elected to do this, just remember that this is favored by about 17% of the American people. The Republican and Trump health care plan has no support in the United States so far. So to say that this is what he was elected to do, nobody wants it. Every single poll, Google, use a thing called Google. Check out the poll numbers.
There was this major election last week in Georgia that was supposed to be a litmus test. Remember, Matthew? And I think the American people have been speaking clearly in those special elections.
Gina gets last word. Okay. Oh, Matt gets last word.
That was a word. I think that was a word, yeah.
Okay. We shall leave it there. Matt and Gina, thanks so much.
Thank you.